So today, let's take a look at the Craftsman stick vac, which is half the price of the Dyson and can run on DeWalt batteries with a $20 adapter. I'll let you know how much happier I am with this than with this. I've been getting gradually more and more frustrated with our old Dyson cordless vac. The suction's decreased over time, but worse than that, the runtime has dropped by about 50% over the last 2 years. And so I wasn't looking forward to replacing both of these units that cost $600 Canadian with yet another Dyson unit that has a non-replaceable battery unit. I started looking for a DeWalt comparable unit since I'm all in on the DeWalt battery platform, as most of you probably know. But unfortunately, it doesn't exist. However, their parent company, Stanley Black & Decker, who also owns Craftsman, build one under this exact Craftsman banner. And if you add this handy dandy adapter, it will run on DeWalt batteries, so I can swap out as needed. All right, so starting with the specs. The model number is CMCVS001D1. At the moment, it's $199 USD on Amazon, or for my fellow Canadians, $299 CAD. Without the battery, it weighs in at 7.5 pounds, and it's got 45 CFM, cubic feet per minute, of pickup. Comes with a 2 amp hour lithium ion battery and a mini little charger just like that. If you take out the middle shaft, it'll run just like a handy dandy dustbuster or a handheld vacuum cleaner. So let me show you the attachments. Crevice tool like that, a small upholstery brush like that, this little handy dandy guy here that's supposed to allow it to lean up against the wall a little bit better. Let me share with you my real world experience on this. The other day, I get a message from a tenant, said, keys are on the counter, I moved out. Whenever they do that, it's usually not a good thing. And of course it wasn't. It looked like they hadn't vacuumed the entire time they lived there. They had a cat in the entire apartment, carpet and all, covered in cat hair. So I put a 9 amp hour DeWalt battery on this guy. There you go, snaps into place. Does it make it a little heavy? Sure it does. However, it did the trick. I ran this thing on high for the entire 2-bedroom apartment, and I had to go over it multiple times. Cleaned the entire 2-bedroom apartment on this 9 amp hour battery. Then I proceeded to do the 3-story, 12-unit apartment building, stairways, entranceways, and hallways completely, and still had a bit of juice left in the battery. One of the biggest surprise was how much better it picked up gravel and dirt than the Dyson as well. The best part is, if the battery dies, you swap it out. If the battery dies on this, you take it home and plug it in. If the battery starts losing its life long term, you got to open this thing up, perform surgery, and replace a battery that definitely would void your warranty. It's plenty quiet enough that you're not going to annoy your neighbors if you do live in an apartment building. Okay, so if you're wondering how loud is that Craftsman actually, we're going to do a sound test. There you go. Okay. 70.9. There's no lock on, so you got to hold your finger on the Dyson the whole time. Ready? Here we go. 80.1. The Dyson on boost mode is louder. All right, what do I love about this? Number one, it's easy to empty. You grab it here, open it there, hit the flip right there, dump it out in the garbage, smack it back on like this, back in here. Hardest part is making sure you got it straight because it's offset a little bit in the back. That's it. That easy to empty. If you need to, you can turn this and it agitates the dirt in the filter a bit. But what I find is every second or third time, I just give it a good tap on the garbage can and the dirt from the upper filter will come right out. The LED lights are a lot more helpful than I thought. I always chuckle at LED lights on any tool I buy because I think those are useless. They just put them on there as a battery drain and one more selling feature. But once again, you get in the back crevices of a closet, kind of underneath the heaters, they just work and they work well. It switches really well from high carpet to low. Like I said, runtime is absolutely incredible. And the best part, of course, is if you run out of juice, swap the battery. Next, this aluminum rectangle shaft, quite well built, but lightweight. You'll notice on this guy right here over time, I put some pretty good dents in this. The connections are rather stiff. Takes a bit to disconnect. Just means they're not going to come apart while you're using it. There you go, snaps into place. On vinyl flooring, it edges really well. It gets right up to the edge. The only place it doesn't get the last little bit of dirt is right in the corner. Now check this out. Locks into place. So one of the best things about this, even with that heavy battery on there, it'll stand up free. The main head swivels about 45 degrees like this, which makes stairways a dream to do. The negatives. The big one with this that I noticed, number one, carpet edges. It doesn't get right up to the edge of carpet. Vinyl flooring or wooden floor, no problem. But carpet, it just leaves like a 32nd of an inch of dirt or gravel along the edge. Number two, that flap that I showed you right here, it's a little bit on the flimsy side. Makes me slightly nervous that I'm going to break it if I come onto it just a little too hard. You'll see the canister size. It's about 2/3 the size of the Dyson. Not a deal breaker by any means, but it means you have to do it more often. Now, here is the big one. I'm going to show you this. I love this thing. However, I'm vacuuming along and I see this gray round knob on the ground and I think, oh, buddy, you moved out. Must have knocked it off an air conditioner or something. So I took it, can't remember where I placed it. Turns out it was this wheel and that came off pretty easy. I'm a little bit disappointed. I'm going to message the company and say, hey, could you send me a free or replacement wheel because it fell off and I lost it. So the main reason I needed this vacuum was for vacuuming that 12-unit apartment building. I could just no longer come close to doing the entire thing with the Dyson. And when I started, I absolutely could. And now even trying to go fast and on low, I can't do it. So even if I swapped the non-replaceable battery in the Dyson, I'm still stuck with just one internal battery. They used to make DeWalt to a Dyson adapters, but Dyson changed their voltage, so that doesn't work anymore. So this Craftsman for me has been better in every way. It's got the swappable battery, it's got the longer runtime, and just as importantly, it does a better job at grit and gravel while still handling the pet hair really, really well. And of course, it's half the price. And with a $20 adapter, it can run on DeWalt batteries. So what more isn't there to love? So if you're wondering what other adapters can I pick up that'll allow me to run my DeWalt batteries on other tools? Well, guess what? I got a video right here that'll allow you to run the Bauer brand stuff from Harbor Freight using DeWalt batteries. So check that out. And if you stuck around to the end, well, thanks. That means I made this video just for you. So hit the subscribe button, stick around. And as always, stay happy, stay healthy, and have a great week.